Hello and welcome to your channel AWS Cloud Bytes. I'm your host Bhavesh Kumar. If you like these videos, please like, share, subscribe and click the notification bell icon for future updates. Your comments are welcome for making these interactions better. Today we are going to talk about how to build a serverless application using step functions, API gateway, Lambda and S3. So as I already mentioned that we are going to build a serverless application with these services. We're going to create a Lambda for an SES email. We are going to create another Lambda for SMS reminder, a third Lambda for an API gateway handler, and then you have a step function state machine that we are going to create. Finally, we're going to create an API gateway. And at the end of this, we are going to create a static S3 website. Let's begin. It's lab time. Okay, I have logged into AWS Console. Today we have a lot of resources to be built, so I will start with building Lambda functions. So let's go to a Lambda. We're going to build 3 Lambda functions, each one doing a specific task. So let me create a function. I have certain code that I want to put for this Lambda. I'll name this Lambda as email Lambda, and I have a Python code. We'll change it to an existing permission, Lambda role. If you want to look at the role, I'll show you what this Lambda execution role is. It's taking some time to load. And we are just given rules such as create log stream, and log groups, log events, full permission to SES, state machine, and SNS. So let's go back and create this function. Once the function is created, I will change the code to a Python code that we have, and this code is just saying the verified email is basically any email address that you want to use for this particular demo. We are getting an SES client and we are sending an email to the address that is available over here. So this is a verified email address, this is the subject, and whatever text you want to send will be sent through this particular Lambda. Let me get a temporary email address that I want to verify. In order to use it over here, I need to get this email verified. So I have taken a temporary email address. I'll go to SES, open that. This is simple email service. Open that in a new tab. And I will create an identity. I'll say an email address. I paste an email address and create an identity over here. It shows that it is verification pending. I'll just wait for an email. I got an email from Amazon, and I'm going to verify that email. Okay, so once I have verified, this is going to show success. You can see that email is showing success over here. Let me go back to the Lambdas that we were building. I'll go to the Lambda. And once it is successful, I will put that email address. Sorry, I need to copy that email address. So I'll just paste that email address and then do a deploy. Once the function is deployed, I'll open a new tab for building another Lambda. Create a new function. And we are going to say this is SMS reminder. Again, it's a Python code, and I will change this to the existing Lambda runtime role. We will not demo how we are sending it to a text message through SMS, but just wanted to show you what all options are available. I'm going to change this code. No changes are required in this. You will have a phone number and then you'll have a message event. By using the SNS, we can send that text message. So I'll just deploy. Once it is deployed, I'll just open another tab and create an API handler. So Python. Once the code is available, I'll paste some code. And this is, we need a step function. So let's go to step function. Let's create a step function first. We'll get started. We want to build our own workflow, so we'll leave. I'll just choose write and paste our step function code. And what step function is that you can execute various steps in linear or in parallel. It's very much like a workflow. And there are a couple of errors over here. It is looking for email reminder ARN, text reminder ARN. So I'll go to the email reminder, copy the ARN. This is the Lambda, email Lambda. I'll replace the email reminder ARN at 2 places. Then I will go to the SMS reminder, copy the text ARN, another text reminder ARN, and I can format the JSON. So what you can see is there is a start. Now you can see the flow built over here once the snippet is all valid. So you will have a reminder. So you can send a reminder based on the medium that you want to send it. It can go through email, it can go through text and then end, or it can go through both and then end. So that's good if it is running for you. If you can see this picture, we can move forward. And each state, like text reminder or email reminder, has the ARNs available, which means the Lambda is hooked up whenever these states are triggered. So let's go to next. I'll just keep it as a state machine, and I'll choose a role for step function. We don't need to do any other thing, and we can just create a state machine. Once the state machine is created, you have the ARN state machine. We can copy that, go to the API handler, Lambda, and put the step function. Now in this Lambda, it's primarily getting executed from the API gateway, which we're going to build soon, and then it is looking for various preferences and executing for the whole state machine. So it's primarily starting a state execution over here, and based on the response of all the execution, it will send a response back to us. We'll deploy this. So once your API handler is done, this Lambda, let's go and build a API gateway. I'll open in a new tab. So you can go and choose from the REST APIs. This is a public REST, this is a private REST. You can see private over here. Choose the public one. And you can keep it REST. It's a new API, and we can just say reminders. regional, create an API. Over here, you create a resource, and the resource name can be reminders again. You can enable API gateway course. Once you have that, you create a method. The method will be a post. Click on this button. We already have Lambda function, so Lambda integration type is Lambda. You choose the Lambda, which is the API gateway Lambda, and you can save it. Great. Now you can deploy. Finally, you have to deploy it, and you can deploy it to a new stage. You can give it a prod. Say deploy. Once deployed, you need to keep this URL. Let me just open another window. Once you have this URL in place, we need to go to an S3, create a new bucket. Now I'm gonna create a bucket, and you can give any bucket name. I'll give reminder 2022 11 24. I'll keep same region, ACL enabled. Bucket owner preferred is okay. Block all public access has to be removed. We are hosting a static website publicly, so I have to acknowledge. This looks good. We can create the bucket without changing any other stuff. Once the bucket has been created, you can go inside the bucket, and I will upload few files. I'm dragging and dropping some files. Now you have these files available. Destination is this. What is the permission? I'm gonna grant public access, and I will check that checkbox, acknowledging the risk, and upload these files. Once these files are uploaded, we'll go to properties and go towards the bottom, enable the static website hosting, give the name index.html as the main page, and then you have the error.html as the error page, and save the changes. Now if you go again, you can see there is a new URL over here. You click on that URL, you can see the URL opens as a test reminder page. Now what you can do is you can say wait for 1 second. Hello world, this is a reminder from AWS SNS. I need to copy the mail that I created, the verified mail. I'll paste that over there. I don't need to provide a phone number, so I'll just send an email. One thing I forgot is to change. Let me show you the code. I forgot to update this code. There is a file. This file needs a reference to the production API gateway that we created. So let me copy the API gateway URL, this one, and put that over here. The endpoint is /reminders. So once I save this, I'll upload this file again. And set the settings correctly again. Upload this file. We're going to input the form now. 1 second. Hello world. This is a message from SES. and then you have email that was verified. I'll just paste that email and send an email. It shows success to us over here. Let me check if I received an email, and yes, this is the email that I received in the temporary mail. Hello world, this is a message from SES. Let me see if I can go to step functions. We did a lot of executions because there was an issue. So there are 2 executions now. I triggered another execution while pausing the video because I was having an issue with the production URL that I fixed. And you can see the latest execution that we did was we executed this send reminder endpoint, which is API gateway / reminder endpoint. We had a choice. The choice was to send through an email. When the email happened, this is what we sent. This is the email that we sent. There was no phone number, and the next state was to stop and success. So you can see the path it took, the choice it made based on the data that it received, and the preference was email, so it went through this path. Okay, I believe this is all I have for this particular video. You have a static website where you can use email or SMS text messages using SES and SNS. Once you execute from here, you receive a request to the API gateway to this particular production reminder endpoint. It's a post endpoint. This is handled by this API handler, which takes the request that comes into that API gateway and starts the execution of your state machine. Once that starts executing, depending upon what you are asking for, whether it is an email or a text, it will go to Lambda, which was either created for email or text, like in this case. We go to the functions. So if it's an email, this Lambda is going to be executed. If it is a text, this SMS reminder Lambda will be executed. That is the end of this lab. I am going to delete all the Lambdas now. I will also delete this bucket. Just cleaning up. First, I will click on empty and empty the bucket. Go and delete the bucket. I'll copy the name from here. I'll go to the API gateway over here. Select the API that we created. Delete that. There's no more API. We'll go to the SES console. Okay, there is a verified identity. I want to delete that because we are done with this lab. Just removing resources. Lastly, I have step function, so I can go to the state machine and delete this. It is deleting. There are 2 success logged over here. It may take some time to delete, but that is the end of this lab. Thank you for watching. If you like these videos, please like, share, subscribe, and press the notification bell icon for future updates. This is your host Bhavesh Kumar signing off. Thank you.